All right, here's a task for how to enter names and addresses from any returned mailer. So this includes postcards or letters. First thing I'm going to show you, I'm going to give you a copy of this Excel spreadsheet, a very simple spreadsheet that we're going to capture information from. We're going to have name, we're going to have property address, and we're going to have the mailing, property address and the mailing address. And I just color coded them for you to see very easily. So this is the information that we'll see. Postcards will look like this. There'll be different forms of postcards. So some will look like this, some may look like this, but it'll all be the same information. So the postcards will look something like this, and the letters will look something like this. What I want to show you here is what we need to grab. So on a postcard, that's the back of the card. Here's the front of this particular card. So on the back is where you'll see the address, the recipient's address, and that's the person's name. So that's the first easy one. This will be their name and their mailing address right here. So on the spreadsheet, I'm gonna do this one live. So this one is Orlando Roman. So I'll enter his name here. His mailing address, so again, what I'm looking at down there is 14420 Southwest 297th Street. That would go in the mailing address. So 14420 Southwest 297th Street. And the city, it's interesting because sometimes they'll put this sticker. So the postcards will have this yellow sticker that says return to sender, and it'll have different messages. They'll put the sticker right over the mailing address, so it'll be hard to see. In this particular case, it's this, you can see over here where we say I am interested in buying your house at. So this is the property address. So in this case, it just so happens to be the same exact address. Okay, so you can copy or type it back in here, and Homestead, Florida 33033. But in a case like that, it's not always going to be the case, right? So if it happens to be different, then a simple Google search, 14420 Southwest 297th Street, and see what pops up for the zip code, okay? And the city state zip. That's all you'd have to do, but for the most part, you should be able to get it from the window. So that's what we do here, and because we have this, we can enter that information over here. So one thing I want to say is that if they're the same, I want you to enter them in twice, and there's a very important reason for that. We're going to be uploading this spreadsheet into a database, and I need to have both of these addresses, okay? So that's all we're doing there, and imagine we had 50 or 100 of those. I'd want you to enter all of that information in: the name, the property address, city, state, zip, mailing address, city, state, zip, and that's it for that process, okay? The same thing would apply here. This was a return letter that we got. So on the envelope, there's the person's name. That looks like just a G. Well, sometimes it's hard to read, but that's the person's name and their mailing address. And inside the letter, we're going to have the property address. So once again, those addresses are the same, but it's not always going to be the case. So what you're looking for is when we say we're interested in buying your house at, that's the property address, and then the mailing address is what's on the envelope or on the recipient section of a postcard, okay? So that's the process. Fill out this spreadsheet, save it, and return it to me, and that's what we'll do, okay? There's a second part of the process that I'll record in a separate training, okay? But just go ahead and save this spreadsheet. In fact, if you're familiar with using Google Drive, this spreadsheet is going to be saved in the marketing folder. I'll actually send you a link to this, the marketing folder and returned mailers, and there's a spreadsheet right here. So when you save the file, update it in Google Drive so that it's saved in the cloud. But if that's too much of an issue, then just go ahead and email it directly to me once the task is done, okay?